Greetings, fellow YouTuber. My name is Tim. Greetings, fellow YouTuber. My name is Tim. Welcome once again to this 1 hour entertaining pile of cow swallop we like to call GainerWorld Live. My name is Tim Gainer, in case you haven't figured it out yet. And for the next half hour, or actually for the next hour, this is it. This is as good as it gets. If you're looking for hard-hitting, entertainment, if you're looking for all the latest cool stuff like Colleen Ballinger and Paige and Holly and Sam and Monica and PewDiePie and, all those other big-time people, yeah, this ain't it. This just isn't it. This is what we do every week. We hang around for an hour, and we all kind of talk amongst ourselves is what we do, really. As you can tell, we have this cool chat thing that's like right there. And if you want to talk to us, feel free. We'd be more than glad to talk to you. This is what we do. We just kind of hang out for an hour, and we do our thing as such. So yeah, this is about as good as it gets, unfortunately. Sorry about that, but yeah, well, let's just address the elephant in the room real fast and get it over with. Yeah, it's been a heck of a week. I'm not gonna discuss what's happening in the world because that's just not what we do. Okay, it's not what this show is about. We want to just kind of hang out and have fun and talk amongst ourselves and play a little music and just kind of just kind of get away from the troubles of the world for a little while. Hard though that may be these days. That's what we try to do here, and that's what we're going to keep doing here. A lot of people are checking in right now, and yeah, if you're in the chat room, if you're watching, please feel free, check things out. Howdy from Gary and Wanda checking in from the tiny town of Olympia, Washington, ladies and gentlemen. Always good to see you guys. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a heck of a week, and it doesn't look like it's going to get better anytime soon, but we're going to try to forget about that for an hour. That's what this show is all about. We started this show really when COVID hit. Remember back then? Remember those days, guys? It was a quieter time, a simpler time, a time we like to call 2020. And yeah, that's how this whole thing got started. Usually I was just doing dumb little vlogs to amuse myself and the 2 or 3 people that liked watching them. And it ballooned into this. Yeah, and now, check this out. I got these in the mail today. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Everybody's, I don't want to wear a mask because, first off, I ain't got one. Yeah, you do. They send these things to you now. Check this out. I got this in the mail today from the Center for Disease Control in Washington, District of Columbia, United States of America, North America, Western Hemisphere, terra firma, third planet from the sun. They send them to you now. So there's no excuse, guys. Wear the damn mask. Get the damn shot. Okay? If nothing else is going to happen, and if we're going to get nuked out of the sky, at least we'll be healthy. Just saying. Got mine. Says made in China on the back. Don't tell me that, Gary. Come on now. Don't tell me that, bro. Don't tell me that. Let me see something here. Scanner Q code. Da-da-da-da. I do appreciate the fact that one of them is written, one of the directions is written in Spanish, so I'm liking that. Let me see. Quaidel Corporation, McKellar Court, San Diego, California. I don't know, man. I don't know. Are these the kind that you got? Are the quick views the kind that you got? Because I don't see it. I mean, if it is there, I'm not doubting you, but I just don't see it. I'm just saying. So yeah, but that would be. I mean, that's basically typical stuff, you know. Yep, we got American face masks that are made by blind Mexican orphans. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? Anyway, a couple of pieces of bad news that we got to get past before we get to the comedy. You know, and I got to tell you, just like the old days, like when I was, when I was doing the podcast with Chris King and Simon Lee and Carl Keegan. You know, it was that 1 year that we lost just about everybody. Well, who we left behind, guess what? We're starting to lose them too, I'm afraid. Read about this first part of the week. Always sad to hear this, that Gary Brooker passed away at the age of 76. Now, you may not know Gary Brooker's name, but you certainly have heard his music. He belonged to a terrific band, a terrific progressive rock band in the 60s, Procol Harum. And they wrote an incredible piece of music in 1967, a little ditty called Whiter Shade of Pale, that a lot of people kind of... They're all saying that this is the song that was responsible for ushering in the psychedelic era and the Summer of Love and all that. I personally don't agree with that, but it is still one hell of a song. Not to mention the fact that they had an amazing string of hits after that. Salty Dog, Toujours L'Amour, TV Caesar. Yes, Gary, you're right. He was an amazing vocalist. If you ever get a chance, Conquistador, great live track that they released in, I think, 72, 73, somewhere in there, I want to say. Yeah, unfortunately, he passed away from complications of cancer last Saturday. And, yeah. And strangely enough, you may not know this, but the gentleman, if you're looking at the picture on your screen, and indeed you are, I can see it in your eyes, you will notice that there is a familiar face to the right of the picture, because this was a band that he started with a young man that you might recall by the name of Robin Trower. That's good company to be in, if you ask me. After that, of course, the Procol Harum broke up in 77, and he went on to play with everybody, and I do mean everybody. He played on Clapton's Another Ticket album, played on George Harrison's All Things Must Pass, played on Andrew Lloyd Webber's Evita film, played in Ringo's All-Star Band. Also, when George Harrison passed away, they did the concert for George, at which point he ended up playing on the film. You can see him on the film, and he had a great solo career at the same time. So yeah, it's a real shame. Hail and farewell to Gary Brooker, one of the pioneers of. He always hated the term progressive rock, but I mean, let's face it, if you really want to get into it, he was kind of one of the purveyors of it. And he's mentioned quite respectfully, if you ever get a chance to see a great, if you're into prog, and I realize trust me when I tell you, I know it's an acquired taste, okay? I catch crap from Chris King all the time about my love for bands like King Crimson, Genesis, bands like that. But a lot of people say that they were that they were probably the first prog rock band. I don't agree with that. Granted, they were at the forefront of it, but I guess if you wanted to count tracks like, In Hell 'Twas an I, which was an amazing track, by the way, they were a great band, and they went on to achieve great things. So sorry to hear about that. Another loss that I just found out about today. I can't believe I didn't catch this. Over the course of the last couple of weeks, over the course of the last week, rather. If you're around in the 80s and 90s, you may remember this name. And I thought he was one of the funniest people on the planet, bar none. Anybody remember The Amazing Jonathan? He was a comedian / magician. He was always on like David Letterman, Jay Leno, places like that. Had a forever residency on Las Vegas. Unfortunately, he died on Tuesday at the age of 63. It was said that he had end-stage heart failure. And at one point, he joked about when he found out that he had in 2014, he said that he had just 1 year left to live. Well, that was 2014, and this is 2022. So you guys tell me. But yeah, they found out his real name was Jonathan Edwards Shazel. He said that he'd been diagnosed with a heart condition, but his wife, Anastasia Sin, tell me that's not a stripper's name, confirmed her husband's death. According to the Review Journal, he died in his sleep Tuesday night. Last thing I said to him was, quote, "I love you, honey. I'll be with you when you get up from your nap." Sin said, "We were feeding him oranges and strawberries. He was so peaceful. He said, yay." He had the most pure and sweetest look on his face. But yeah, he was like one of the funniest guys in the world. And I remember this bit very vividly because this was the first time I saw him, and I thought it was just fantastic. He was on David Letterman. He was on the late Night with David Letterman in 1997. And he told David that he had a compulsion for... he had a compulsion to run around naked. And then right in front of everybody proceeded to drink what looked to be glass cleaner, allegedly. And he looks at Dave and he tells him, "This prevents me from streaking." You gotta love that. That's my kind of humor. I'm sorry. He then went to remove his eyeball with a power drill and bat the orb around with his tongue. And then later he asked Dave if he liked birds, brought one out from under a handkerchief, and then smashed it with his palm. But the capper was slicing a knife through his bloody forearm. It's a fake blade. It's a fake blade. The guy was great. He really was. He really was fantastic. In fact, there's a documentary on him that looks at his career, his comeback, his illness, and everything like that. But he was a brilliant comedian. He was a brilliant man, and very funny. So again, hail and farewell to the amazing Jonathan, gone at the age of 63. Yeah, I guess that heart thing came back to get him after all, which is really kind of a drag, to be honest with you. So that's what's going on in the world. In the world of entertainment. Are the only things that I can find. Although, if I really wanted to mention it, and I do, because, well, let's face it, it's my show. Today, a very significant day in history. Because today is what would have been George Harrison's 79th birthday. Now, again, people go, come on, Tim, the guy's gone, leave him be. Look, his humanitarian work, and I'm not even talking about the stuff that he did with the Beatles. Okay, let's talk about his solo stuff. How many of us don't have a copy of All Things Must Pass? I still consider Cloud 9 to be one of the best albums, one of the best pop albums ever recorded in the history of modern music. And it's humanitarian work. Come on, really? He was the first guy that did the benefit concert. Hello, concert for Bangladesh? Hello? All the stuff that he, all the stuff that he did, Dark Horse Charities, really? The One World Foundation? He was an amazing person, and he always, he was a man of peace. He said the last thing that he said before he died was, everybody love one another. Damn it, dude, where are you when we need you? I'm just going to leave it at that. So happy birthday, George. Happy birthday. We hope that you're happy wherever you are, and that, say hi to John for us. We'll leave it like that. Anyway, appreciate everybody coming in, like I said. If you are watching, please, by all means, check us out. Come on into the chat room. We don't bite. We can't. It's the internet. We can't touch you from... See, look, I'm trying to touch you, and I can't. Okay? You have no excuse. Come on in. Say hi to us. We really would appreciate it. And yeah, I know that there's a lot of things happening in the world right now. I get it. Mama didn't raise no fool. But let's all just kind of hang here for a little while. Let's forget about it for an hour. That's what this show is about. It's about everybody just kind of getting together and making sure that we're all okay and that nothing bad is happening to us, and, well, hopefully nothing bad will happen to us. That's kind of what it's about. All kinds of other things going on. What's going on with you guys? Talk to me a little bit. How are you guys doing? Let's hear about what's going on out there. How does everybody feel about what's happening? How does everybody feel about how's everybody feeling about the weather? Yeah, that's what we'll talk about, because the weather here is really weird. It's really weird. It's getting to that point of the year where where it can be 60 degrees one day, and this is I love living in Chicago, and I hate living in Chicago. This is why. The age-old saying in our great city, if you don't like the weather in Chicago, stick around 30 minutes. Yesterday was supposed to snow 5 inches. Got a couple. But now it's going to be up to 50 by the middle of the week. Melt everything away. Only to be replaced by 3 inches of new snow on the weekend. I hate this time of year. I really do. Everybody, cold here, 18 degrees, says Gary. And see, but again, it's one of those weird things where, like, I have friends that come up to me and they say things like, oh, this is such a wonderful time of year. It's the new rebirth. It's the new beginning. Out with you, in with the new. No, it's because you can't figure out what the hell is going on weather-wise. Okay? Like I said, 60 degrees one day, 10 degrees and snow the next. Somebody make up my mind. At least in Denver, at least in Florida, it's going to be warm. In Florida, it's warm and not as warm. Okay? Occasionally, they might get down to 40. Somebody kill me. I'll never forget as long as I live, when my ex-wife and I took our family and we went to visit relatives in Arizona. And we got to, and I think I might have mentioned this on the show before, but the story goes that we left long about this time of year. It was like late February, early March. And when we left, it was about 18 degrees. And we had heard that it was going to be like about 75, 80 by the time we landed in Phoenix. So we're changing our clothes literally on the plane. You know, we're getting out of our parkas and 15 layers of clothing to keep ourselves warm into, you know, shorts and t-shirts and things like that. And I got off the plane and I'm walking across the main area of the airport. And there was this elderly lady who I guess was greeting people. And I just, all I remembered hearing was, "It was so cold this morning. It was 69 degrees. I could feel the hand on my shoulder, but it didn't stop me. I yelled as loud as I could, "Lady, do you know where I just came from? I just came from the tundra, okay? We just came from the Arctic Northwest that we call Chicago. And you're complaining because it's 70 degrees in the morning in February." "Well, you don't have to be so huffy about it." "Well, you don't have to be so unrealistic about it, okay?" And it was like that the entire time we were there. It was beautiful. At one point, one thing, if you've never been, we ended up in the town of Prescott. Not Prescott. Prescott. Localism. But we got there, and everybody in town has a built-in pool. Just accept it. You don't have a backyard. You have a built-in pool. Because the temperature, you know, like everybody knows, it gets up to about 110, 115 degrees. But it's a dry heat. And I found that out to be very true. When they say it's a dry heat, it's actually very pleasant. It really is. I mean, it's warm. You feel it. It's warm. But it doesn't have, if you're from like near lakeside or riverside communities like I do, where, you know, you get the humidity coming off of the lake or, you know, the river or whatever body of water you might be from the ocean or whatnot. The humidity really is what kind of stifles you. In Arizona, there is nothing like that. And you just feel warmth. And I clearly remember sitting out in the backyard of this person's house that we were staying at, and the temperature was 103, and I felt great. And people are going, "You should come inside. It's really warm out there." Are you kidding me? This is paradise. This is absolute paradise. And that evening, and again, this goes back to my earlier point. That evening, we were all in the backyard. Wife and I were, you know, like I am now, t-shirt, shorts, having the best time. It get down below 70. Here comes the rest of the family. Blankets, sweatshirts, long pants, sweatpants. Oh my God, I'm freezing. Y'all don't know what you got. Y'all don't know what you got. So yeah, there's that. So, you know, that's why, again, I hate this time of year. Because you can't figure out if you should wear clothing like this or you should put on an extra parka or whatever the case may be. I can't stand it. I really can't stand it. So, yeah. So, anyway. So, in the meantime, let me go over and do this. Let me grab one of these things. Oh, come here, you. Won't you put up a fight? You know you're a bad guitarist when even your guitar doesn't want to join you. So, Okay. Yeah, let me do this. I haven't done this song in a while. Just feel the need. It's another tequila sunrise, staring slowly towards the sun. Let it done. It was just a hired hand working on a dream he planned to try. The days go by. Every night when the sun goes down, just another lonely boy in town. She's out running around. She wasn't just another woman, and I couldn't keep from coming home. Been so long. Oh, it's a hollow feeling when it comes down to being friends. Never ends. Take another shot of courage. Wonder why the right words never come. He gets so numb. It's another tequila sunrise. This old world still looks the same. Another frame. Eagles, man, 1973 Tequila Sunrise from the Desperado album. I'm playing America's Great Oldies, 107.4 and 97.9 WLS in Chicago with your pal Scott Shannon. You know, I've never been in that city a day in my life, but I love that town because they play America's Greatest Oldies, man. And I'll play Half-Breed by Yeah. No. No, neither that nor Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves. Sorry about that. So, although I did see a great, quote from Cher the last week. Somebody looked at her and said, "Hey, you're 80. Aren't you a little old to be playing rock and roll?" And she looked him dead in the eye and said, "You may want to ask Mick Jagger that." But you know, oh God, I wish I had sound effects. I would have put in a rim shot right there. It would have been beautiful. But anyway, again, thank you all so very much for being here this evening. Really do appreciate it, as is our main man from the Hugs thing himself, Mr. HUGS. Which leads to a number of different anagrams. No, Cyrus Gray from the Hugs Network is in here. I'm just feeling a little more like something from the Claw. Something from the Claw? That could go a couple of different ways, Cyrus. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that I'm feeling a little something from the Clash. Yeah, that's what I thought you said. Because that could have gone the other way, at which point this show could have taken a really ugly turn, and I'm just not into that tonight, to be really honest with you. The Clash? Really? I don't remember the Clash. I don't remember the Clash doing acoustic. Although you never know. Joe Strummer was a great guitarist. Hard to say. And there's no way, I don't think, well, yeah, that's true. That's true. You can't, we got you past the walking and chewing gum thing. I'm just saying. Progress, pal. Progress. Little baby steps. It's okay. But in any case, if you are just tuning in, as is Cyrus right now, and first off, Cyrus, you just need to know that you probably missed the best half hour in the history of the internet. So, it's on you, man. Shame on you for missing a great show. Learner's permit. Yeah. And how you got that is anybody's guess at this point. But anyway, if the Chumps can go acoustic, so can the Clash. Yeah, but there's just one small problem with that. The Clash, yeah, half the guys from the Clash are dead. So there's that. But in any way, so we've got the family reunion going on here. We've got the Hugs people, the Edibles people, and me, Chuck E. Cheese. Dude, don't get me started on Chuck E. Cheese. I'll have you know, I used to love Chuck E. Cheese. Now you got to remember, I raised 4 boys. Okay, so birthdays, holidays, things like that, they have an opening. Yeah. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. Mm-hmm. Here comes the fat old guy. I'd like a job with Chuck E. Cheese, please. Yeah, talk about opening the investigation files right there on the spot. Not happening, okay? But no, like I said, I love Chuck E. Cheese. You can say whatever you want. And if you're a parent and you have kids and there was a Chuck E. Cheese near you, I promise you took your kids to this and they had a whale of a good time. And my boys would beg us, literally beg us, to go to Chuck E. Cheese. It was a great place. And I don't care what you tell me, the pizza was really good. I love Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Say whatever you want. Make any assumption that you want to make. I thought Chuck E. Cheese, the ex would look at me and go, well, we should get a medium, for the family. Are you kidding me? You better get a large. Because this boy hungry. It's a fact. It's a fact. If you've never been to Chuck E. Cheese, I recommend you go for the pizza. The rest of it, you could have fun with if you have kids. If you're the type of person that has short nerve endings, or if your hearing is extremely sensitive and you're not into loud noises, then yeah, maybe you don't. Maybe you want to have them. You may want to have them deliver. I don't know that they do, actually. What issue in musical world matter are we not going to fix tonight? Chuck E. Cheese. I think I still have several scars that show where I tried to slice my wrist and the pizza. Look. What issue in musical world matter are not going to fix tonight? Chuck E. Cheese. Yes, Chuck E. Cheese. Look, say whatever you want. Granted, like I said, you probably, If you're of a weak constitution, if you're of a weak constitution, and your nerve endings are really fried, you don't want to go. Because all the kids are screaming. They've got the loud music playing from the animatronics robots, who still look like that they're from 1987. Okay, I will say it. Sheets. Yes. Let me explain to the one or two viewers that may not know what's going on. Every time that I go out to Pennsylvania, which I do, as you can tell, kind of semi-frequently, for reasons of the Hug Show and things of that matter. After the show, and whenever I do radio, we have these high-level executive meetings. And the high-level executive meetings are at the local Sheetz. Sheetz is a chain of gas stations on the East Coast. I have branded them as Sheetz, where the elite meets for eats. Because they do have, and I'm going to admit this openly, they have this really great special at night. They have like a little fast food thing, kiosk, whatever you want to call it, that's there. And you can order 2 hot dogs for $1. Now, I know to the average person, you're probably saying to yourself right about now, 2 hot dogs for $1, does the ptomaine come with it? I'm here to tell you there is no salmonella in these, okay? And Lord knows I've tried. I've had this a few times. So every time that I go out there, we have these high-level meetings after the show over 2 hot dogs, maybe a batch of mozzarella sticks, maybe some mac and cheese bites. We're talking class stuff. And yes, Cyrus, I will mention it because you mentioned it. Upper level management has confirmed a third Hug Show in the making. Now, does this mean that this is going to happen? We want it to happen. It looks like it may be happening. There's nothing in stone yet. The best thing that I can tell you on this is stay tuned. But there may be, for those Hugs fans that, if you're a Hugs fan and you're watching this show and you're going, oh man, third night, this is going to be great. Slow down, okay? Because we haven't got anything in stone as of yet. Things are in development right now. It may or may not be happening. But it looks very good that it will be. We'll see. Stay tuned, okay? Watch this show, watch this space, hugs@wrgg.com, and we'll go from there, okay? So, that's what's happening there. And I'm also being told that I'm probably being seen on a 70-inch TV right now, which probably is the scariest thing that you can think of that could possibly be happening in the history of the internet. Keep your eye open on the overpass. If you see it written in Krylon, it's a dumb deal, I guess. If they do it all in paper cup lids, I'm sure it's culture shock. I have no doubt in my mind. I have no doubt in my mind. But hey, that's just how it is. And one of these days, we're going to we've got to get pictures. When the office is done, we're going to pass along pictures to you of how it looks. The new office that we have, which is very cool. It's a neat little space. Did some test recording there when I was there a couple of weeks ago. That went over really well. Lots of things happening. Lots of things happening. One of them, as you saw on the trailer down there a few minutes ago, Hugs Fest taking place July 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, Olympia, Washington. Go to timgainer.com. Go to hugs@wrgg.com. You'll be able to see all that there. Okay? So now that we've got the third-party promotion out of the way, all righty, that's good to know. Yeah. So now, as I said, now that we've got the third party information out of the way, how'd that look on a 70-inch TV? Just saying. Yeah, and we've got all kinds of people that are checking in. And again, if you're new here, if you're watching our little soiree and you're new here, don't be afraid. You know, this cool little, chat thing that we got right here, we do that so that you can join us. You can actually talk to people like Gary or myself or Cyrus, who wants to buy a vowel. Okay, that's fine. I'll take morons for 200, Alex. Yeah, come on in. You can talk to us. It's not a problem. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us where you're from. We've had listeners and we've had viewers from all over the world, really. And it's really kind of fun to know where everybody's from. We don't want to bother you. We're not trying to troll you. We don't want to talk to you about, your car's extended warranty or, your Medicare plan or anything like that. We just want to know where the show's reaching out to. We just want to know who we're reaching and who likes it and who is maybe just has a lack of taste enough to actually tune into this thing every Friday night. What's the weather on the West Coast right now? If you look at the chat, Cyrus, you will see that it is 18 degrees in Olympia, Washington. Just like it is about 20 degrees here. But it may be going up to 50 over the weekend. Got 3 inches of snow. It's all going to be gone by Saturday night. Who knows? So yeah. Another case of good times in the Chicago area. Okay, so with that said, let's go back to here, shall we? Let's go back to here. But first, as we remind you, our phone lines are open. So there's always that. It's going to be 70 in New Orleans on Wednesday. How about Here Comes the Rain? No, come on, stop it. What is with you guys tonight? What's with all these 80s references? Really? Or no, 70s, because Half-Breed. Gary wanted to hear Half-Breed earlier. I don't think so. Here Comes the Rain? Really? Annie Lennox? Really? The Clash? Eurythmics? Come on. That's how you do that. Okay. Half-Breed, good call. I don't say, play some Donna Fargo. Oh my God. Really? Really? Man. Whew. I had my assistant, true story, I had my assistant at the house one morning. And she's walking around the house singing the Pina Colada song. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Like, what is wrong with you people? I don't mind the obscure references, but when they start getting that deep, yeah. Need more coffee. I'm going to do this. I might have done this a week or another week ago, but I feel the urge to do this. It's the B-side to the Hide and Seek single, He Said Tongue-Tied. never got to know her very well. All we did was spend a little time. If you're waiting for a story, there's really none to tell. She's just a passing shadow on my mind. But I remember her on the streets of New York City, and here was I, looking for some place to go. I turned and said, "Hey, there's snowflakes on your lashes." She smiled and said, "That isn't snow." She said, "It's feathers from a pillow God is shaking in the sky." She opened her smiling lips to catch a snowflake passing by. We both began to laugh. Then I looked into her eyes, and it was warmer there. But I never got to know her very well. All we did was spend a little time. If you're waiting for a story, there's really none to tell. She's just a passing shadow on my mind. But I remember her. If we woke up warm together in her flowered room, she said, "I'll help you pack." She sewed my shirts. I said I'd stay forever. She laughed and put some cookies in my sack. She said, "Leave a trail of cookie crumbs as you walk through the snow, and I will follow after and find you where you go." We both began to laugh. I left her all the while, I'll never know, but I was younger then. But I never got to know her very well. All we did was spend a little time. If you're waiting for a story, there's really none to tell. She's just a passing shadow on my mind. Never got to know her very well. There you go. There's that. It wasn't Billy, Don't Be a Hero. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's never going to be either. I'm sorry. Nope. Nope. Sorry. Much as I'd love to oblige you, no, I don't. Really, I don't. Wasn't Billy, Don't Be a Hero. Anyway, so all kinds of things are coming up here. Got lots of ideas. As I said, we're doing some recording now. Got a couple of songs. Got one song in the can. One almost done. One in process. So there's good stuff happening there that I'm feeling really good about. And we'll be hearing about that later on. And will it be good enough for the top 200? In case you haven't heard, the Hugs 100 is now the Hugs 200. We are getting so many requests from you, the unsigned artist, that that we've got to expand things. And that's only a good thing. Let me see. I like the Johnny Cash cover with a twist you did last week. I fell into a septic tank of desire. What? You're going to have to explain that one, bro. I'm sorry. You are going to have to explain that one. Because, no, I did not do a Johnny Cash cover last week. Gary says the top 200 is cool. I think so, too. In fact, I was talking about this just today. I did Ring of Fire. I didn't do Ring of Fire last week. Just stop it. But yeah, no, like I said, I was talking about this just today. That when I found out that the Hugs, the top 100 chart is going to be changed to the top 200 chart, my first immediate thought was, well, Billboard's got one. Cashbox had one. Why not us? Why not? That's as it should be. I did. I have footage of it with Heine. You got me on this one, pal. I really do not remember this. I must have been really blasted out on the Swedish Fish because I do not remember any of that at all. I'm not saying that I'm not capable of it. It sounds like something I might have done, just to be stupid. But and if I did it, hey, that's all good. It happens. Yeah, it was okay. It must have been in Sugar Coma. Yeah. And see, that's the other thing too. When I travel out to Pennsylvania, when we have guests in studio, for some reason, Cyrus feels that it's in his sworn duty to try to find every single confectionery that has been released since 1955 and promptly try to shove it down everybody's throats in the case of 4 hours. I decided that I wanted to contribute to this last time around, and I brought in a family-size bag of Swedish Fish minis. Now, just by way of observation, who really needs a family-sized bag of Swedish Fish? Unless you really want to listen to people's arteries harden right before your very eyes, who really needs a bag of Swedish Fish? Family size. We went into a dollar store, and it amazes me. First off, dollar stores are not $1 anymore. And I'm very upset about this. And I know I'm not alone in this thinking. Because as of January 1st, all the dollar stores are now $1.25. So as far as I'm concerned, every Dollar General in the country should be sued for false advertising. A family of Swedish fishermen. Well, that's who needs the family side, of course. What was I thinking? Where was my head? What's happening with the Tim Gainer experience? Any hints coming? I can tell you that rehearsals will be starting beginning next month, hopefully. I can tell you that, again, if you go to timgainer.com, we have 3 major dates that are coming up this year. Hopefully more on the way. And yeah, hopefully it'll be a big year for us. Good answer. That's it. Yeah, good answer. Good answer. There you go. So that's obviously what is going on. There you go. And Elena has popped in to join the fray at the last few minutes. Hey, Elena, how you doing? You missed probably the best show in the history of the internet. You should really be ashamed of yourself right now. You really should. And I know the Danimal is there. Oh, yeah. But you missed the best show in the world. You really did. I mean, this was 55 minutes of hilarious comedy. Just letting you know. How about Gary and the Crazies out there? I'll catch the replay. Yeah, okay. Better catch the replay, young lady. I think you could just dawdle in here and just catch up on the cliff notes. Huh? Is that what you're thinking? Huh? Anyway, pure hell. Pure You don't tell that to the viewer. Work with me here, man. Very crazy. Rearranging the studio for 3 keyboards, 2 Leslies. Ooh. Scary kids. 2 keyboard amps. Oh man, you got 2 keyboard players coming? That is 3 keyboards. Dude, what have you got planned? That's scary. Ooh, look, squirrel. Keyboard player used to live with Buddy Miles. Cool clips he's got. Oh, I can imagine. He used to live with Buddy Miles. Now, was that before or after the conviction? Didn't think I knew about that, huh? Anyway, a guy I knew in L.A. knew Buddy. And, yeah, he's got a couple of stories to tell as well. I'm just saying. One player with lots of stuff. No. There's no such thing as too much stuff with a player. I told you it was really Gary Wright. I hope it's not Gary Wright. That'd be a good trick. Although I will say that Gary Wright, okay, here's the 6 degrees for you. Gary Wright was a member of Spooky Tooth before he went solo. And Spooky Tooth they created the best album title I have ever heard in the history of rock and roll. The best album title. You broke my heart, so I busted your jaw. If that doesn't say English blues, I don't know what does. I've always loved that album title. But anyway, so with that in mind, that means it's about time for us to get on out of here. The old clock on the wall has fallen off, run away from home, and claims he's not coming back. So that being said, we're going to hurry up and get on out of here. Elena, I will expect there will be a makeup test, young lady. Okay, you better study this. All this is going to be on the test 4th period. I'm just letting you know. Our next album title is going to be Bite Me. No. Here, get a hold of me, dude. I got plenty of great album titles for you. I got plenty of great band names, too. In fact, I'm waiting. If I can get Chris in here one night, we've got a list of band names that'll just, we can't even get into. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up from here. We certainly do appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who participated. Thank you to everybody who watched. I certainly do appreciate it. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Get the damn shot. Wear the damn mask. It's starting to go down, people. The number of hospitalizations and deaths and stuff is starting to go down. They're starting to relax the laws. We're in the home stretch. Maybe we can beat this thing after all. So please do that and be good to each other. As I said, be good to yourselves. Yes, even be good to Cyrus because he does deserve it sometimes. And, like, subscribe, please, by all means. I'm almost at that pinnacle of 100 subscribers. Doesn't mean anything, but it means a lot to me. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell because that helps spread the word about the show as well. And we will be back here 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central next Friday, 5 o'clock Pacific. That's 0200 GMT. Like, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. In other words, if you like it, hey, you know what to do. We'll see you next week. We out. Peace. Thank you.